Howdy, folks. Welcome aboard the channel. Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. I've got one. I don't know what we're in for, but it's William Michael Morgan, and the dude is just incredible. I react to non-pop country music, and this is going to be every bit of that non-pop element of it. Not Letting Go. That's why I'm like, oh God, what are we in for? It's one of those titles that it really can't be spun in a humorous direction. I mean, I suppose somebody could, but generally not with a title like that. And it's a gift request from David Baumer. So, David, thank you for this gift and the request. And I like to feel everything. It's not just, lollipops and roses. I like to go deep. I don't mind feeling the pain in my heart on behalf of someone else as represented in a song. I love feeling people's joys, happiness. I love irony. I love turns of phrases, all of it. So we're going to get into this and see what we've got. And you wanted the official video, and I was able to get that from William Michael's channel. So let's see what the video is. I don't know the song. It's a true reaction. Here we go.
Still wakes me every morning, a cup of coffee and a kiss.
What a
I can't
voice.
quite put my finger on it. I don't know what it is that keeps her rolling through the motions when we know that it ain't working anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I know she still loves me, and she knows I love her too.
They don't like
but
each
I know
other.
she ain't happy.
Yep.
So what's a man to do when you don't know if you should hold on to her tighter or just let her walk out the door?
The songwriter lived this because that is exactly what happens. You both still love each other. That's the hard part. You got to break. You may not like each other. You may not like the relationship, but that love is there. It doesn't die. You get divorced, and 20 years later, it isn't that you're pining for the other person. You're not. You move on. You get remarried. You get in other relationships. You move somewhere. You get a new job. You do all these things and create new experiences. And you're not pining for the other person, but there's something about that love that you first experienced that sort of stays in its own private place in the heart, protected place. But your mind, it's like, nah, I don't even want to see that other person. But you can still love them and want good things for them. But you don't think about them that often. I mean, the lyricist lived this song.
No, I don't know what we're doing, but we can't do this anymore. We've gone too far to get back to where we were before. I know the truth is gonna hurt, but if this ain't gonna work, I gotta know. Is she holding on to me, or am I just not letting go?
Isn't that so hard to know, and it's a scary question to ask?
A million questions, like where do we go from here? But we both know the answers. We danced around them all these years. I won't blame her if she don't blame me. That's just the way it is, and how it's gotta be.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't know what we're doing, but we can't do this anymore. We've gone too far to get back to where we were before. I know the truth is gonna hurt, but if this ain't gonna work, I gotta know. Is she holding on to me, or am I just not letting go?
He reminds me of Randy Travis. I like the tempo of this.
No, I don't know what we're doing, but we can't do this anymore. We've gone too far to get back to where we were before. I know the truth is gonna hurt, but if this ain't gonna work, I've gotta know. Is she holding on to me? Or am I just not letting go? Am I just not letting go?
That's where the wedding vows, they're not a bondage. When you have questions in these moments in relationship, what you reflect back on are the words you said, not as a matter, not perfunctorily or as a matter of duty or a matter of honor. I mean, there is an element to that, but you think back to it because it reminds you how much you loved that person to say those words to him or her. So it really does help you through as gain strength in moments of wondering, where do we stand? It's like, well, I'm in it. I'm in it. You may not be, but I'm in it. You don't have to say it that way. You don't even have to say that at all. You may think it and you're gonna. But in a situation like this where you're not quite sure how things are playing out or gonna play out, you just remember, I said certain words because I loved her in the context of the song, because it's, a male singing it. I loved her. And I may be unsure right now, and we all know that's one of the beautiful things of being human. I don't know if animals, have this sort of cognition or not, but the metacognition where you're thinking about what you're thinking about. It's sort of like a looking down upon yourself, if you will. And you know that things are going to get tough at some point in a marriage, in a relationship. They're gonna. They've been tough. You've worked your way through certain things. Every relationship pretty much had red flags in the beginning. Even the ones that worked out wonderfully. You're like, oh, I didn't know because this guy was that way or she was that way. And so the notion that the relationships that broke up, and you each say to yourself, oh, there were red flags, definitely. Well, there are red flags in every relationship. So that's not news. It just so happens that, just like they say, history is told by the victors. Well, sometimes history is told by the losers. And you tell yourself a story. When you lose out on love, when you wind up getting divorced for whatever reason, like I'm divorced. I didn't want it. I didn't. And that's how, but I'm divorced. So you fill in the pieces on that one. And sometimes you can't do anything about it. You may want to honor your commitment. You may want to keep it right. You may want to work through. You may have belief that, all right, this next week, month, year may be tough as we work through things, but it's worth it. You cannot control other people. Not in our country. Sharia law is not in place, not yet. And so you cannot make somebody stay. But what you can do is commit, take the risk to committing to the words you originally said, if you're not sure, like it's being depicted in this song. You stay in it. And if he or she walks out and says, I'm done, then you deal with the heartache, but at least I tried. Life is effed up to begin with. Life is wonderful too, but life on planet Earth is extremely difficult. We get about 80 years in this life on a natural path if things take their natural course. On average, about 80 years. And you want to get a lot done in it and hope you leave some kind of legacy when you're gone. That makes life difficult, that realization all by itself. So as to William, what a voice. I mean, I've said that he reminds me of Randy Travis. I love the tempo in this song. I love the content of it. The instrumentation was just meant to allow this story to be told. So it was like instrumentation. Nothing was prominent really in the instrumentation. The bass wasn't prominent. Lead wasn't. Guitar wasn't. Steel wasn't. There was no drums. Nothing was prominent. It was all purposely subdued to allow the vocalist, in this case WMM, to tell the story. But it was about that narrative. It was about the story. I don't know what to do. And I like that line. And you know, is she just not letting go, basically, or am I not letting go? Is she holding on to me, or am I not letting go? And they're basically the same thing, just from different sides. And this just bespeaks the human condition. We're social beings. We want to be with somebody. We think we want to be with somebody our whole life. The idea of it is wonderful. It's a great ideal. And then you get married and you find out that it is wonderful at first, but then there's work. And it is wonderful when you're married. And it's not always going to be happy. It's not always going to be this joyful, wow, I'm so happy to see you. By and large, after you've been married a year or 10, it's routine. And there's a beauty in routine. People say, oh, the routine is boring. It's like, well, there's a reason people grow into routines. They don't just like unthinkingly fall into it. You figure out what works and you go with it. And there's just a safety and a beauty of being in a relationship with someone for life. There's just a beautiful thing. So, David, great request, man. I mean, this thing cut that sliver of life right into the heart of it about those moments in a relationship where you're just not sure, and they are brutal. Are we signing up for a lifetime of unhappiness, or can we work through it? You know, or should we split? So, all right, I'll rate this. And the number that, the number that popped into my head was a 9.4. And that's just a hell of a song. It just was understated, but man, did it say a lot in its understatement. And I appreciate that. It's easy to throw more ingredients into a cake and hope it works. This was way more impactful. So there you go. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. Leave your comments. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.